Well, as we've gone to air, and as you heard being reported out of Gaza, we're hearing a lot of what sound like jet fighters, constant thuds of what we understand are those airstrikes hitting targets inside Gaza. That's been going on and off all night, but as was being reported then, there certainly seems to have been an escalation in the last sort of 10-15 minutes. We're getting reports that there is ongoing fighting also in a number of different settlements and villages in Israel, close to the Gaza Strip. The village, the settlement of Be'eri, the settlement of kibbutz Nirim, and we're also getting reports of fighting happening in Sderot, which is to the north of Gaza. Now, of course, we are getting constantly, yesterday we were getting reports from the Israeli military saying that they had cleared areas like this of Hamas fighters that had infiltrated into Israel. This news that ongoing fighting continues is an indication of just how difficult that job is. We know that there are, certainly according to the Israeli military, tens of thousands of soldiers and Israeli police that are involved in this operation. Interestingly, if indeed this fighting is ongoing, it's an indication possibly of Hamas using the cover of nightfall to, as they did the night before last, so they said, using nightfall as a means of trying to replenish their supplies and reinforce their fighters in these towns. So it's a very fluid situation. Yeah, it again highlights the kind of challenges that the Israeli military are facing. That troop build-up, though, is absolutely huge. The military saying that there are now around 100,000 reservists in the south. We saw pictorial evidence yesterday of heavy weaponry being moved to the south, including tanks and heavy artillery, we understand, in preparation for this expected potential ground invasion into Gaza. So the situation is very tense, and yeah, I can hear more jet fighters overhead as we do this live.
Yeah, and Charlie, Israel's been carrying out evacuations in the south. Is that still continuing?
Very much so, Darren. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the priorities for the Israeli military. They're saying that there's approximately 25 settlements and villages that still need to be evacuated. I mean, this involves potentially tens of thousands of civilians that need to be moved. We heard overnight that possibly around a dozen may have already been evacuated. But as I say, this is complicated by the fluid situation, by the fact that it wouldn't be inconceivable that there are Hamas fighters or Palestinian fighters in these settlements. But that evacuation, as I say, is very much a priority, and we expect that to continue today and in the days ahead.
Make sure to subscribe to a channel to the latest news from RDZ World News.